Knott's Merry Farm is in full swing, and you know that we're here to find you all of the hints and tricks to make your stay at Knott's Merry Farm a perfect one. And we are checking out all of the different food options for the day, as well as their usual suite of holiday drinks, flavors, and merchandise. Stick around as we walk you through the changes for this year's event and much more here at All Streets Gourmand. Hi everybody, this is Jack with All Streets Gourmand here at Knott's Merry Farm. You know, this is now a yearly tradition for us, so we're checking things out, just hanging out with my buds here. We're kind of trying to figure out what we're going to eat today. So I think they have a couple ideas, I have a few as well, and so we're definitely here to try out anything on the meal plan. That also gets us the Merry Farm items. There's a lot of things to cover this year, as there always is. We've checked out the menu before we came here. It's quite extensive, as it always is, so we're very excited. There's a couple of items these guys want to try out. I know I do too. And so we're going to get at least 2 entrees. We're going to go for a cocktail and maybe a couple of surprises here and there. Definitely also going to pick up our seasonal mug, so that way we can get our coffee and our refills. So we're going to try that out soon. So with that, I'm not sure how these guys are going to stand up, but we're going to go try it. So let's go check things out. All right, so one of the first times we wanted to try was the Tinseltown Turkey Dinner. There's 2 different options for that one, by the way. There's either the loaded potato, or you can go for the mac bowl, which is a bread bowl along with mac and cheese on the side. And this is from Miner's Mac and Spuds. One thing we wanted to pick up early in our visit too is to get the souvenir mug this year, where refills are $2.50. So we always get this to get our coffee in for the day. So wasn't sure how to expect the weather, but it's pretty bright outside. So what do we have here is a Tinseltown dinner. So what you've got is like your traditional turkey dinner with the cranberry on the top. You've got turkey, stuffing, the gravy, and then some mac and cheese along in a bread bowl here. So it's quite large. This is about a $19.99 item, by the way. So this is part of the dining plan. So we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna get a nice, perfect bite here. See if we can get some of that mac and cheese. It'll be a very large bite. Very good, very filling. One of the things I would recommend if you are going to try this, try the mac and cheese one, because the mac actually adds a different element to that traditional kind of trash bowl, as you would call it, where you put all of your items in from Thanksgiving and you throw them in there. So the mac and cheese is actually really good and adds a different element to that. So definitely recommended. And then on the mug side, I feel like these things get smaller every year, but still, I mean, good deal, especially if you're trying to get coffee the rest of the day. So I'm going to see how many times I hit it. We'll have a little coffee counter. So this will be coffee 1. The other thing too is, I don't know if you can notice here, but we'll get a couple of shots of the rain. Even though the sun is out, it's raining, which usually means that a sailor is being born. Looking forward to Thanksgiving next week, but enjoying my Thanksgiving today. So next up, we're going to go walk around and try another item out. And as usual, at the Ghost Town Bakery, this is just a perfect spot to kind of get a sense of the new flavors of the season. So take a look at the sign at all of the new flavor offerings. And the folks that knew were in line with us, and they were getting their share of gingerbread cookies, Snoopy cookies, boysenberry macarons, cupcakes, and some of the newer flavors of the season include this very indulgent looking chocolate mousse, zebra cheesecake, and a Dubai chocolate bar. Now for this visit, we weren't here to get sweets quite yet. However, we were very tantalized. So stick around in an upcoming video where we will focus in on the sweets. We're heading over to Wilderness Dogs, but before we do, we're making a quick pit stop here at Santa's Cabin. If you have not gone in here before, it's just a great place to stop in a few times on your visit because I love the smells. Santa's in there taking photos, and there's just a lot of nice items in this one. So I feel like a lot of things are kind of localized in this one place here. A couple of housekeeping items for you if you're coming to visit Knott's Merry Farm. They're open today, November 21st, all the way through January 4th. with the only day closed is Christmas Day, the 25th. So keep that in mind before you come. Notice too that one of the things that we're doing is we're picking items that are on the dining plan. So if you have the dining plan, you have a couple of options for the Mary Farm menu. If not, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other items for you to enjoy either way. The other item too is there's a lot of specialized merchandise. So outside of the mug itself, there are some merchandise options that are unique from year to year. So let's head inside Santa's cabin, take a look around, and then we're gonna head over to Wilderness Dogs. All right, so the weather looks like it's changing with my mood. So where we had sun and a little bit of sunlight rain, now it's kind of gotten a little foreboding and dark and a little chilly. So just keep that in mind when you come over to Knott during Mary Farm. So we are at Wilderness Dogs and Drinks over here right across from Calico River Rapid. And we are here to try the hoagie. Comes with mashed potatoes along with cranberry. And I believe this is made with a turkey meatball, so we're gonna find out in a second. I'm weighing if I need to do a fork and knife job with this one, but I'm gonna be brave and actually just bite into it and see what happens. We weren't actually sure, but it actually came with fries. So these are kind of their standard crinkle cut, along with the nice seasoned salt on there as well. So that's pretty cool. We just didn't expect it. We thought the mashed potatoes were on the side. So fun, very beautiful, very arresting looking hoagie here. The bun is very soft already. All right, well, let's see what happens on this one. This is delicious. It is, I believe, a turkey meat in there. It tastes exactly like a turkey, but again, we're kind of getting Thanksgiving in a bite kind of approach. So you've got your turkey meatball, you've got your cranberry. All of that's really coming together very well on a nice toasted bun. That's key. So many buns aren't toasted. With the toast, it just makes it much nicer, tastes complete. That's really what it's about. So we're gonna try the fries here with my mayo. I grew up in Germany a little bit, so good as well. Nice and salty. So this is a really great item. Really happy with the selections we made so far today. Both are Thanksgiving in a bite. So both are coming out really nice, very large portions. As always, we always appreciate the type of food that they offer here. Next up, we're gonna go grab a cocktail. So now we're walking around. We're gonna go check out the Calico Saloon next and see if there's a cocktail that we're interested in. Before we lose light, beautiful stage behind us. So one thing to talk about is the entertainment for the Mary Farm overlay. And you wanna make sure there's actually a QR code on the map that's been released on their main site. So there is a PDF that you can download. I recommend downloading it to your phone if you're gonna make a visit, that way you have it handy. There's atmospheric performance, you're gonna see a little bit of that. We ran into some carolers that were doing bells and some nice music. You've also got the stage show and you've got the tree lighting ceremony, so you want to keep all of those things in mind. The person that we talked to said the tree lighting is once a day at 5:15, once a day. So kind of keep that in mind. Last year it was actually 2 times a night, so they've made a little bit of a change there. So check that QR code out, check the show times for the different performances. We also noticed before we came here at Calico Stage, there's actually 2 different shows at least, at minimum. Definitely go check those things out. That's always fun to do. If you haven't done a Calico show, I always find them really nice, really intimate setting, great performers, so it's a lot of fun there. And so we're gonna walk around. Let's go check out Calico Saloon. So here we are with Calico Saloon's Mary Farm offering, and that is the Santa's Kiss cocktail. So this is a freshly prepared cocktail. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. I walked out before asking him what was exactly in here. It's definitely a cocktail. I'm tasting limoncello. I feel like I'm tasting añejo tequila. and a bit of lemonade. So it's a very citrusy drink. I'm not sure why it's called Santa's Kiss. So maybe somebody in the comments can figure out why that is. It's got a nice rosemary sprig in there. All right, so I've changed my company a little bit here and a little much improved. So these ladies were kind of getting me up to speed on a couple of Mary Farm hints and tricks. So definitely want to make sure that you check out that PDF that we talked about earlier before you come. Check the hours as well. There are certain days they close a little bit early, and there's been even recent times when the whole park closes down because of the weather. So just keep that in mind. So cheers, ladies. You're not very talkative. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the coffee and the mug here. So this was $13 and then $2.49 for refills. So far, I have not paid for a refill because I paid for it initially when I got the cup. So we're going to confirm exactly what's going on with this one, but that's a pretty good deal if that's for the day. But it makes sense, you know, $13 for the cup and then $2.49 for the refill. So the next time I come back, we'll see if that still holds true. If not, the regular coffee is $3.99. So if that's the case, then this is not a bad deal. Only if you're able to use it multiple times. So this is cup number 3 for me. The other thing to keep in mind, a couple of things that we were thinking about while we were here for this day is consider the yearly pass. Knott's is a great deal, especially if you're a Southern California resident. The ability to come back, and so if you buy it now, you'll be able to come back for the holidays next year, and that's a good deal in of itself. The other thing too is you can use it through the holidays now. We see a lot of people enjoying the holiday spirit this early, you know, basically in the season. So that's really a great deal. So take a look at the different types of tiers they have for the yearly pass. Look at things like the parking. There's actually a special that we'll show you that came up on my app today as we were signing in that we can get a 10% off twice for different bakery items. So with that considered, that's actually not a bad deal. You get little perks here and there. The other thing too is consider the dining plan, because that is such a great deal for the price that you're getting it at, and the ability to come in and actually kind of get your value out of it very easily and quickly is totally possible with the pass. So something you want to consider as well, especially with these seasonal events like this where you're getting special food items. All right, so with that, we're going to go take a look around a little bit more at the merchandise and see what specials they have this year. There's always something new. They do change out the merchandise every year, so there's always a new crop of merchandise for the season. So we hope that you got a lot of hints and tricks here on the very first night of Knott's Merry Farm. We know that we got the holiday spirit. We're really feeling it. It was a really great day to explore and bring to you a lot of the different food items that are out, a couple of hints and tricks on things to get when you have your visit here. So we hope we bring that to you as well. Talked about the mug, and we got through 4, so we really did pay it off just today. So one thing we're committed on doing too is we're going to come back because there's a lot of items that we weren't able to try today. And so there's a couple of entrees, there's definitely a couple of sweets. So stick around and check out the channel. We're going to see what happens when I bring back the coffee mug, because I'm going to fulfill every last ounce of that cup. We're signing off here from Knott's Merry Farm. We really appreciate all of you, and we appreciate all of our subscribers. We really hope that we're bringing you a lot of great information. And so with that, we'll see you on the next one.